Welcome to our first fishing trip of the season. Coming to you from the beautiful Yukon territory where the summers are super short and not always warm. Where lakes have frigid temperatures year-round and can cause hypothermia even in June. It's a land where the mosquitoes will carry away a small ungulate if you're not careful. It's also a place where you may just have to wrestle a grizzly bear for your catch of the day. Today, my friend Emil and I are heading out to Pine Lake near Haines Junction. Let me introduce us. This is my friend Emil. She's fished a bit years ago, but hasn't been fishing much in the last decade. She got into the stand-up paddleboard last year and has honed her skills on various Yukon lakes and rivers. She has to relearn all those fishing skills, but is always up for a challenge. Some of her skills, you might ask? She's really good at tying knots, paddling into the numerous headwinds we seem to get on every freaking trip, and unhooking me from my own boat. Thanks, Emil. And this is me, Stacy. I haven't fished very often over the last few years, and I usually catch nothing. I fished all the time growing up with my dad, but he spent more time untangling my line than actually fishing himself. So I've got a ways to go. My impressive fishing skills include dropping my paddle while fishing, accidentally hooking my kayak, and bonking fish. Don't know all the names of all the lures or have fancy expensive rods, but what we do have is a willingness to learn. We love conquering a challenge. We have determination and a whole big dose of optimism. Come along for the ride on our first fishing trip of the year. Will we succeed? Will we fail? Will we successfully fail? Let's find out. We're out at Pine Lake today, and there is hardly anybody here. Shocking, really. Our plan was to head west on the lake to a slough area. The lake drains here into Pine Creek and then into the Des D'Esch River. It was a bit of a windy day and the forecast was not great, calling for rain and thunderstorms later that day. We were actually debating whether to head out or not, but figured we'd get a bit of fishing in before the storm rolled in, if it did. What? Didn't catch anything in that little area back there. It's very shallow. Kept getting stuck in the weeds, so we're coming out here where it's a little bit more open into the main lake area. And we got a line on a tip from a dude who caught a pike over there. So that's where we're heading. Look at her flying by. Don't hit me. Oh, you splattered me. She splattered me with water. There she goes. Off on her own. See what mountains? I didn't see any mountains.
Can you see the mountain?
No. Yes, I can see the mountains. I see a few mountains back there.
Can you see the mountains?
What mountains? Oh.
It's funny how like the wind picks up in one area and
Yeah.
it's so sheltered in another.
Drop down and face the wind. Always look beyond the setting sun. All the time you wasted here will never come again, if only some.
Oh no.
True talent never shows. It's easier to fool the ones you know.
Well, the clouds are rolling in. It's starting to rain. We don't want to get stuck out with Emil on her stand-up paddleboard in the wind, so we're gonna head back along the shore and fish. I got one bite. Very exciting, wasn't it? One bite so far in our little hot spot here by the rock. But he fought me off. That stupid pike outwitted me. Next time though, I am going to outwit him or her, whatever it is. That was very exciting. It was my first bite in years, so it was quite exciting. Lasted a few minutes. He gave quite a pull. It was like I couldn't reel in on it because he was pulling so hard. And then we fought for a good minute, and then he was ploop, spit out the hook and was on his way. So it's okay. I don't feel like cleaning fish anyways today. But we're gonna keep fishing.
Will you ever sing out loud? Will faces start to turn to see who sang? I remember what you said the first time that I saw you in the band.
You need help or you got it?
I might need help.
Video first. Emil's got a fish! Are you keeping it? Is that a keeper?
Do you want to eat it?
And this is where we quickly realized we need a bit of a game plan for catching the fish. We want to make sure we capture it on film, but we ran into problems dealing with the fighting fish, our paddles, my fishing rod. We forgot to bring a net. Basically, it was a bit of a gong show. And then the fish got away. So you may be asking, Stacy and Emil, what did you learn on this inaugural fishing trip? Well, dear readers, watchers, listeners, we learned a lot. We're currently working on a setup for our rod holders, and we now have a net, which will help catch those little slimy buggers. We also now know that a small fish can pull a stand-up paddleboard pretty easily. That's it. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed our little fishing trip. Be sure to like this video if in fact you did enjoy it, and consider subscribing so you can follow along on our next fishing journey.